Imagine drifting off to sleep, only to wake repeatedly, or stare at the ceiling for hours. As we cross the threshold of 50, many of us find our once reliable sleep patterns becoming frustratingly elusive. It's not just an inconvenience. Consistent, restorative sleep is a cornerstone of our vitality, directly impacting our energy, mood, and long-term health. But what if some of the seemingly innocent sips we enjoy throughout our day are secretly working against us, disrupting the very sleep we crave? Research suggests that certain common beverages, often consumed out of habit or convenience, can significantly interfere with our ability to fall asleep and stay asleep, especially as our bodies change with age. Today, we're going to uncover 5 everyday drinks that might be secretly wrecking your sleep after 50, and crucially, what you can do about it. Let's begin our countdown with a drink many consider harmless, or even beneficial. Coming in at number 5, that evening glass of orange juice. You might think, it's fruit. It's natural. And indeed, a glass of orange juice can be a delightful way to start the day, packed with vitamin C. However, when consumed too close to bedtime, especially for adults over 50, it can become a surprising sleep disruptor. Consider Sarah, a 58-year-old retired teacher, who developed a habit of drinking a glass of orange juice an hour before bed, believing it was a healthy, hydrating choice. She'd often wake up once or twice during the night feeling a strange restlessness. The mechanism here is twofold. First, orange juice, despite its natural sugars, is quite acidic. For many over 50, the digestive system can become more sensitive, and consuming acidic foods or drinks late in the evening can trigger acid reflux or heartburn, even if you don't feel a burning sensation directly. This discomfort, often subtle, can fragment sleep and make it harder to achieve deep restorative stages. Second, and perhaps more significantly, that seemingly innocuous glass of juice contains a surprisingly high amount of sugar, around 21 grams in an 8-ounce serving of typical store-bought orange juice. This sugar rapidly elevates blood glucose levels. As we age, our bodies can become less efficient at metabolizing sugar quickly, leading to a prolonged elevation that signals the body to be more active, rather than winding down for sleep. This metabolic activity can interfere with the natural production of melatonin, the sleep hormone. To avoid this, try to consume fruit juices earlier in the day, or switch to plain water or a calming herbal tea in the evenings. Moving on to number 4, the seemingly refreshing, sugar-free diet soda. Many of us turn to diet sodas as a healthier alternative to sugary drinks, especially if we're trying to manage our weight or blood sugar. But for those over 50, these fizzy, zero-calorie options can present a hidden challenge to restful sleep. Take Mark, 62, who prided himself on making healthier choices. He'd cut out regular soda years ago and now enjoyed a Diet Cola with his evening meal. Yet, he frequently found himself wide awake at 2 a.m., his mind racing. The primary culprit in many diet sodas is caffeine. While you might assume diet automatically means decaf, many popular diet colas, even the sugar-free versions, contain caffeine. A typical 12-ounce can of Diet Cola can have anywhere from 30 to 45 milligrams of caffeine, which, for someone over 50, can be enough to significantly disrupt sleep if consumed in the late afternoon or evening. As we age, our metabolism slows, and it takes longer for our bodies to process and eliminate caffeine. What might have been a minor buzz in your 30s can translate into hours of wakefulness in your 50s and beyond. Furthermore, many diet sodas contain artificial sweeteners like aspartame or sucralose. While research on the direct impact of these on sleep is still evolving, some studies suggest they may affect gut microbiome balance, which in turn is increasingly linked to sleep quality and overall well-being. The carbonation itself can also contribute to bloating and discomfort for some individuals, making it harder to relax into sleep. If you enjoy a fizzy drink, consider sparkling water with a slice of lemon or lime as a caffeine and artificial sweetener-free alternative in the evenings. Now for number 3 on our list, the evening cup of hot cocoa or chocolate milk. This can feel like a comforting, nostalgic treat, especially during colder months or as a soothing wind-down ritual. However, it harbors a sneaky sleep disruptor. Consider Eleanor, a 65-year-old grandmother who loved a warm mug of hot cocoa before bed, a habit she'd enjoyed for decades. Lately, though, she found her sleep was shallow, and she'd often wake up with a mild headache. The surprising truth is that chocolate, even in its comforting beverage form, contains caffeine and a related stimulant called theobromine. The darker the chocolate, the more of these stimulants it contains. A typical 8-ounce serving of hot cocoa made with good quality cocoa powder can contain around 5 to 10 milligrams of caffeine, and an even higher amount of theobromine, sometimes 60 milligrams or more. While these amounts might seem small compared to coffee, remember that our sensitivity to stimulants increases with age. Theobromine, like caffeine, acts as a central nervous system stimulant, albeit a milder and longer-lasting one. It can increase heart rate and promote alertness, directly counteracting the body's natural signals for sleep. Moreover, the sugar content in most hot cocoa mixes or chocolate milk can cause a similar blood sugar spike to orange juice, further disrupting the intricate hormonal balance needed for restful sleep. If you crave a warm, comforting evening drink, opt for a caffeine-free herbal tea known for its calming properties, like chamomile or valerian root. We're approaching the top of our list, and this next one is a social staple for many. Coming in at number 2, your nightly glass of wine or evening cocktail. Alcohol is often mistakenly viewed as a sleep aid, with many people believing it helps them relax and fall asleep faster. While it might initially induce drowsiness, its effects on sleep quality, especially for those over 50, are profoundly disruptive. Think of Robert, 59, who enjoyed a glass of red wine with dinner every night. He'd usually fall asleep quickly but found himself waking up around 3 a.m. feeling wide awake, often with a racing heart and needing to use the restroom. The initial sedating effect of alcohol is deceiving. As alcohol is metabolized by the liver, it disrupts the natural sleep architecture. It particularly suppresses REM sleep, the stage crucial for memory consolidation and emotional regulation. When the alcohol begins to wear off in the second half of the night, there's often a rebound effect, where REM sleep attempts to catch up, leading to fragmented sleep, vivid dreams, and frequent awakenings. Furthermore, alcohol is a diuretic, meaning it increases urine production, leading to those inconvenient middle-of-the-night bathroom trips that completely break your sleep cycle. For individuals over 50, the body's ability to process alcohol also slows down, meaning its effects linger longer. Even moderate amounts can significantly impact sleep quality, leaving you feeling less rested and more fatigued the next day. Research consistently links evening alcohol consumption to poorer sleep quality and duration. To protect your sleep, try to cease alcohol consumption at least 3 to 4 hours before bedtime, or consider alcohol-free alternatives. And finally, the number one everyday drink that is secretly wrecking your sleep after 50, that late afternoon or evening cup of coffee, even decaf for some sensitive individuals. This might seem obvious to many, but its lingering effects are often underestimated, particularly as we age. Consider Janice, 68, who insisted her 1 cup of coffee after lunch had no impact on her sleep. Yet, she regularly complained of difficulty falling asleep and shallow, restless nights. Caffeine is a powerful stimulant that blocks adenosine, a neurotransmitter that promotes sleepiness. While you might feel the immediate energy boost, the half-life of caffeine, which is the time it takes for half of the substance to be eliminated from your body, is typically around 5 to 6 hours. This means if you have a 200 mg cup of coffee at 3 p.m., by 8 p.m., you still have 100 milligrams of caffeine circulating in your system, equivalent to a full cup of coffee for some. By 1 a.m., you could still have 50 milligrams. As we age, our liver's enzyme activity can slow down, further extending caffeine's clearance time, meaning its effects can last even longer. What might have been cleared from your system in your 30s could still be impacting you well into the night in your 50s and beyond. Even decaffeinated coffee isn't entirely caffeine-free. A typical decaf cup can contain anywhere from 5 to 15 milligrams of caffeine, which for highly sensitive individuals, or when combined with other subtle stimulants, can still contribute to sleep disruption. The key takeaway here is timing. For most adults over 50, it's advisable to cut off all caffeine, including coffee, tea, and even certain pain relievers, by early afternoon, ideally no later than 2 p.m., to allow your body ample time to clear it before sleep. Understanding how these seemingly innocent drinks can interfere with our sleep is the first step toward reclaiming those precious hours of rest. While this information is for general education and awareness, remember that individual responses can vary greatly. Always check with your doctor or a qualified healthcare professional regarding your specific health concerns and before making any significant changes to your diet or lifestyle, especially if you have underlying medical conditions. Making small, informed adjustments to your evening beverage choices can have a profound positive impact on the quality and duration of your sleep, helping you wake up feeling more refreshed, energized, and ready to embrace each day after 50.